Yo guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we have another video for you. This is my overall review of Genshin Impact. To be quite honest with you guys, I wanted to bring this review out way sooner than it is currently, but once again, because I have a history past with Mihoyo games, I wanted to be the most honest I can be and not ride a hype train that is currently just flooding this game. The hype train I was hoping would die down by now so I can give you an honest review, but seeing as how it is becoming ever more so bloated with so many things going wrong, I'm going to give you my honest review. So here it is. Just to give you a couple background, I used to play GGZ or Gun Girl DayZ, which is another Mihoyo game. It's another gacha, and I used to play Honkai Impact, which is also another Mihoyo game. The two big hitters. So if you guys don't know a little bit of a backstory, Mihoyo Games is basically run by otakus, very cool guys. They know gacha in and out. They're not one indie company. They're based off in China. They have hundreds of employees. So we're not talking about a small indie company. We're talking about a big company. So just to kind of give you my backstory with the other games, I played Honkai. That's the much as I can say. I didn't really enjoy it as much as I did GGZ. Even after the release of Honkai, I kept playing GGZ more. For GGZ, I was definitely what I could call a whale in that game. I kind of turned down that quite a bit once Faye started out, and overall, I just quit GGZ just because of the gacha mechanics. Simply because Faye was at that time just better overall when it gives into rates. So I kind of knew what I was getting into with Genshin and their gacha rates. In GGZ, I ran the third highest clan in the game. Ponzu, we were ranked three for all pretty much ever since the game almost honestly released with the clan system. I ran it as sub captain. Uh, I've cleared so much of the content in that game as a massively top tier player with Fenrir builds, blind builds, excessive damage builds, Mjolnir builds, double shoddy builds, triple tire hand builds. You name it, I used it back in the day for massive DPS damage. So, and trust me, I know bad gacha rates, and GGZ had those. So I kind of knew what I was getting into with Genshin. Genshin is just basically Breath of the Wild with gacha mechanics, kind of just to show you guys what I'm at. I kind of slowed down on the game quite a bit. Rank 39. So far I have three 5 stars. One is a duplicate with K King, and I have another with Dialect. Everything once again is here is free to play. I basically use my knowledge with the gacha to pity rate everything so far. So honestly, very very good. This is much better luck. And there's no re-rolling here, guys. Just letting you know, no re-rolling because this is on the PlayStation. So I have no way to re-roll unless I make a new account. So you kind of get where I'm coming from right now in the perspective wise of gachas. Honestly, 0.6% is really really bad. The only redeeming feature is the 90 after 90 pulls you get a 5 star pity break no matter what. Theoretically wise, you're going to hit your 5 star before that at 80 pulls, meaning you will not get the focus rate. And a very common mistake in this game is to pull on the multiple pity banners with Dialect and John as of right now with the weapons. I really suggest you don't pull on that because if you hit the pity at 90, you're 50% guaranteed a character. And then this becomes another 50% if that's either Dialect or John. Typically, you're going to get the weapons. That's why it's honestly better to do the one banners, which they do a lot of apparently because they have Venti and Klee. So literally, if you hit your pity on that, you're guaranteed Venti or Klee, which is honestly very, very good in gacha mechanics. But everything past that is where you get hit hard. Genshin Impact roughly costs around 260,000 Primo Gems, which is honestly roughly 100 something dollars, 100 plus dollars to get a guaranteed 5 star, which is not good at all. More than $100 to get a 5 star if you don't get the bonus on your first pull, your first buy purchase bonus essentially. you are spending quite a bit of money, and you're gonna need to spend quite a bit in order to max out characters to Constellation 6, and you need quite a bit to max out weapons to max refinement. Honestly, for all that said, we're just talking about gacha mechanics. You don't need all of that to play the game. You can go completely free play without wishes and just do fine with the story. You might struggle with Abyss stuff, but realistically speaking, you don't really care. You have so much game here to just play. Honestly, Genshin Impact, just gameplay wise, sorry about that, the audio is kind of loud, it's just a good game. I do like it. I mean, it is Breath of the Wild in a sense, and it just plays good. There is the gripe with the auto lock-on mechanics, and it is a little bit annoying, but not necessarily the worst auto aim mechanic I've seen in games. Personally speaking, yes, the resin system is a problem, but it is used as let's say, a time gate to stop you from completely destroying the end game content that this game doesn't have. This game has, once you've done everything in the story, there's virtually very little you can do, and it just becomes a grind to get to max adventure rank just to max out your characters, which you have very little resources to do unless you grind out specific dungeons, which is tied to resin and bosses. Also, you get to find all the materials to level everyone up, not including your mora, your money, and enhancement stones. It is very much a big end game grind, and it might not be for everybody at this rate in time. Would I suggest this game to anybody currently? And that's a big fat no. This game still has time to improve, and Mihoyo will improve the game over time. Does it deserve the huge amount of praise and attention it's getting? This is where people will be really butthurt when I say this. The answer is no. It is not, honestly, in my opinion, worth it to play this game at this time. And this is going to be a really hot take. But people who are doing constant content, streamers, mega whales like Pokimane, Mtashed, all those guys spending thousands in this game are reinforcing the idea that no matter what, they don't have to fix any issue. They can keep sending out banners, not fixing anything, and they're going to be in the right. And at the end of the day, in order to hurt them and change gacha practices, we cannot give mega content creators this kind of attention. You need to unsub to them. You need to stop watching them. When they see that stuff, they're going to make changes. And people, I see on Reddit and everywhere, trying to defend the system, defend streamers and all that, defend the gacha, defend resin. It's going to be a tricky battle, and I cannot see this ending well for anybody. But in the long term, I still love this game. I'm still going to play it. I'm a Mihoyo fan. I still play GGZ, Honkai to this day, off and on. I still like the games, and I'm still for Mihoyo. I don't think we're ever going to see a change to gacha systems in our lifetime, unless there's massive political backlash against that. We're just not going to see it. I'm here to advocate, there is a better way. We can push them to do something. But without a coordinated effort, nothing like that's going to ever happen. But, at the end of the day, I do enjoy playing this game quite a bit. The exploration, the combat, just simple combat is just fun. Yes, there's problems with endgame grinding. Yes, there's problems with co-op. It's not designed for co-op yet. The servers are really laggy. They're very stingy with the rewards, with primo gems. They're stingy with gacha rates. Yeah, it's all part of growing pains. When you look at Destiny 1, when it first came out, year 1, it wasn't great. It's going to get better with time. And, I keep telling this to people, it will get better with time. Just don't go on the hype train too soon. You're going to burn yourself out. And that's kind of where the point I just come on, do my dailies, spend my resin, and that's about it for this game for me. Do I still, and I don't regret anything. I haven't spent a single dime on this game because I think that's the big issue is people don't see how bad the rates can be with this game. But this once again, this is kind of my opinions, guys. Completely honest opinions. I love the gameplay. Yes, the end game has growing pains. Yes, co-op has growing pains. Yes, it's a gacha. But if you just want a free game, just to have fun, a free Breath of the Wild, this is it. Would I recommend this to anyone? I cannot recommend gachas 100% to players just because of the gambling mechanic, and that's just me knowing gambling could affect somebody. But until next one, boys. Thank you for watching the video.